In today's video, I'm reviewing a 2011 Mercedes ML350. The Mercedes ML class was introduced in 1997 and is now on its fourth generation. This is the second generation model, which was produced from 2006 to 2011. Starting in 2016, Mercedes changed the ML designation to GLE. Overall, I'm a really big fan of the Mercedes ML class. I think it's got a really unique appearance to it, and it nicely balances both a very upscale and rugged look. The first time I ever saw an ML class was in the Jurassic Park movie, where a T-Rex tears the vehicle apart, and it's kind of held a place in my heart ever since. Obviously, being dressed with grille guards and light guards and camouflage gave it a really rugged look, and for whatever reason, I've just always been a big fan of the ML class since then. One of my favorite things about the M class is this front grille. I think it's just got a really cool overall appearance to it. The other styling cue that I really like on the ML class, that I feel like a lot of automakers have copied since, was this rear pillar, which is sloped and just gives it kind of a sporty look. You got to keep in mind that when the ML class came out, there really wasn't much of a luxury SUV segment, and so to see an SUV that had kind of a sporty appearance to it was pretty unique at the time. In a lot of ways, Mercedes was kind of one of the leaders in kind of innovating this whole segment of upscale SUVs. I also like these integrated grille guard or running boards on the M class. Got kind of a cool look to them. The second generation of the M class introduced an all-new 7-speed automatic transmission. It's got curve illuminating headlights, so as the vehicle turns, the headlights will actually turn with the road to kind of illuminate where you're headed rather than what's directly in front of the vehicle. So you can kind of see how those would adjust in there. It's also got adjustable height air suspension, and Mercedes introduced the ML63 with this generation, which has a 6.2 liter V8. That can do 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds, which is quite impressive. They also did a minor refresh to the second gen of the M class in 2009, so this saw that refresh. With that, it got new headlights, redesigned front grille, front and rear bumpers, exterior mirrors, restyled interior, and then they also added the diesel engine. The M class is available in either rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. The system is called 4MATIC on the Mercedes models. So if you see this 4MATIC designation, you'll know that it's an all-wheel drive variant. Overall, a very attractive vehicle. Also like these little gills on the front hood. It's those little details that count. The interior of the M class is very upscale with really high quality materials and a nice design. Obviously lots of features and functionality as well. You see we've got a button for the rear hatch. Harman Kardon sound system, which offers really nice premium sound quality. Power windows, power door locks, power mirrors. We've got power seats with lumbar support. Automatic headlights, fog lights. Got controls on the steering wheel for various vehicle functions, Bluetooth, voice activation. A unique shifter on the M class, rather than having kind of a center shifter or a mechanical shifter. This guy right here is electronic. To shift into drive, you just push down on it. To shift into reverse, you pull up. To shift into park, you push on this button. So it's kind of a unique system. Nice clean instrument cluster. Likewise, the steering wheel's got a nice look to it. All of the brushed aluminum throughout the vehicle looks very nicely with this black leather. In the center here, you'll see some grab bars on either side of the center console that add a nice aesthetic touch, and also some functionality if you're driving aggressively or taking the vehicle off-road, although most M classes will probably never go off the beaten path. In the middle, we've got our center screen with navigation, backup camera. We've got telephone functions on the left with a Bluetooth. Obviously, it's got AM, FM radio, CD player, satellite radio. It's got a little USB port for downloading music into the vehicle. We've got dual zone climate control, hill descent control, heated seats for both the driver and front passenger. Center console you'll see in the middle here. Of course, it comes with a sunroof. Buttons for that up above here. Jumping into the back, you'll see that it's also nicely appointed. Very comfortable, spacious seats. We've got rear vents for climate control, getting that cool or hot air to those back row passengers. Got a center armrest here in the middle with cup holders. Give you a little view to the front from back here. Get a nice look at that attractive interior. Got a lever here to fold the seats down. Looks like these come up first, so it's a two-step process. With that down, it does fold flat, giving you plenty of cargo capacity for the larger items. And jumping around to the rear, automatic liftgate. And you'll see that despite the fact that the dimensions of this vehicle would indicate a pretty small cargo capacity, it doesn't look like a lot of space back there with that small rear window. Kind of played a card trick. You get a very spacious rear cargo area. The power outlet on either side. Looks like this one actually might be an actual outlet, so that's nice. Built-in inverter. Looks like we've got the subwoofer back here. Let's see what's behind this hatch. Looks like some sort of a kit, first aid kit included. Nice little added feature. Those are the little things you live for in a luxury vehicle. Those extras. You'll see that the rear seat is a 60-40 split, so you can fold down either this half, that half, both, or neither. And we've got a button here for closing that rear hatch. So there are a few different engine options on the ML class. This is the ML350, which has a 3.5 liter V6. In rear-wheel drive configuration, it has an EPA rating of 16 and 21. All-wheel drive, you're going to see that drop slightly to 15 and 20. They've also got the ML320, which has a Blue Tech diesel 3 liter 6-cylinder. On that, you're going to get 18 in the city, 24 on the highway. They've also got the ML550 with a 5.5 liter 8-cylinder, EPA rating of 13 and 18. And then that ML63 AMG I was mentioning has a 6.2 liter V8 that sees an EPA rating of 11 in the city, 15 on the highway. So the interior of the M Class is very nice. Not only is it attractive with plenty of features, but it's got a nice feel to it. It's a very quiet cabin, and it just gives you the impression that you're in a really high quality vehicle. In terms of the drivability of the M Class, it offers a really nice ride. It's very smooth. Again, it's very quiet. The powertrain is fitting for the vehicle. It's got plenty of power. And just a nice overall vehicle. I will say that it doesn't feel quite as sporty as some of the competition from BMW and Audi in the X3, the X5, the Q5, the Q7. Those vehicles, they feel a lot sportier than the M Class. I think the proportions of the vehicle and maybe the powertrains give them a little bit more of that feel. With the M Class, it's focused a little bit more on just pure luxury. With that, while the M-Class is great in terms of handling and the powertrain is decent, it feels a little bit more like you're driving a van or a truck. You're kind of sitting up high, the vehicle's proportions is kind of tall and skinny, and so with that, it just makes for a little bit less exciting drive in terms of taking the corners quick or accelerating hard. The visibility is very good on the M-Class. You know, with those dimensions, you're kind of sitting up high, looking out over the hood, and it's got really good visibility, 360 degrees within the vehicle, and so that's certainly a nice feature. I'd say that with the M-Class, if you're looking for a very luxurious vehicle, this would be a good route to go. If you want something a little sportier, then you might be better off with some of those alternatives from Audi and BMW. So that's a review of the 2009 Mercedes ML350. This is one of the vehicles that helped create this upscale SUV segment, and it's still very competitive within the class. It's a really nice offering with great exterior styling, a nice high quality interior that's very comfortable, very quiet, great smooth ride quality, and a number of different powertrain configurations to meet your preferences. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the section below. For more car reviews, subscribe to my channel. In the meantime, thanks for watching.